we take a look at the headlines. Zambia expands crude palm oil production to meet local demand. CLRI notes the impact Zambia missions abroad and foreign direct investments. Political parties urge to prioritize citizens' health ahead of August polls. And in foreign news this afternoon, former South African President Jacob Zuma corruption trial commences today. With the lunchtime news in detail, I'm Tapelo Joe Smatter. Zambia, a subsidiary of the Industrial Development Corporation (IDC), has expanded its crude palm oil production to meet the local demand and has increased its outgrower scheme to 1,000 beneficiaries. Zambia General Manager David Subukanya said so far the area planted by outgrowers in Kanchiria district has doubled to 700 hectares over the past years. He says the company is expanding its outgrower and is hoping that by the year 2025, expansion will go up to 5,000 hectares. Subukanya said the oil palm outgrower scheme aimed at increasing the domestic production of palm oil and its byproducts through the inclusion of individual farmers was commissioned in Kanchiria in 2019 by President Edgar Lungu. He says Zambia expanded its oil palm plantation to 3,700 hectares, out of which 2,000 hectares have matured palm trees, which the company is harvesting 1.7 metric tons of palm fruit per hectare in a year.
During our peak period, we even go to 120 metric tons of fruit palm oil per month. What we have experienced now, apart from our usual off-takers, which are major refineries, we have also seen coming on board of small industries that are in soap making. And so we have seen a rise in the demand of our crude palm oil. So it means we are making inroads into our Zambian market, which we did not anticipate. From the expansion side of the plantation, we have now expanded through the outgrower. So
Advocates for National Development and Democracy, ANDD, has urged political parties in the country to place the health of people first and avoid rallies during this campaign period. ANDD Executive Director Samuel Banda says politics should not endanger people's lives nor put the country at risk of a third wave of COVID-19 outbreak. He has stressed that the Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, advised political parties to avoid holding rallies as they are super spreader events. He has advised political parties to focus on alternative means of campaigning such as door-to-door campaigns, radio, television, print, and social media, adding that these are proven strategies that pose the least threat to the electorate.
Political parties to place the health of the people first and avoid holding rallies during this campaign period to avoid the spread of COVID-19. Our profound advice to all the political parties is that they should comply to the public health guidelines set by Ministry of Health and Electoral Commission of Zambia. We wish to advise political leaders to use alternative methods of campaigning, such as door-to-door campaigns, social media, radio, and television. We also wish to urge the police service to ensure that political parties should comply to the health guidelines set by the Ministry of Health. Those who want to push a campaign rallies don't mean well for the Zambian people. And we also wish to advise citizens.
The Continental Leadership Research Institute, CLRI, has conducted an assessment of the importance of Zambia's embassies and missions abroad, adding that it has concerns that need to be addressed by political parties wishing to form government. CLRI Executive Director Mundia Paul Hagola says there is need to have career diplomats to ensure that the country yields tangible results from having different missions and embassies across the world, adding that the current form of affairs, where there are very few career diplomats and a lot of cadres in foreign service, is causing stress on national treasury, and the country has not yet yielded the intended results of the essence of having foreign missions abroad. He has observed that some cadres have been deployed in these missions, have taken a national holiday, and they are not professional and economic benefit for the Zambian taxpayer.
The Continental Leadership Research Institute took time to conduct an assessment of the importance of Zambia's embassies and missions abroad, and the institute has the following concerns that need to be addressed by all political parties wishing to form government. The number one thing is that there is need to have career diplomats to ensure that the country yields tangible results from having different missions and embassies across the world. The current form of affairs, where there are very few career diplomats and a lot of cadres in foreign service, is causing stress on the national treasury, and the country has not yielded the intended results of the essence of having foreign missions abroad. Some of these cadres have been deployed and they are on a national holiday at the expense of taxpayers' money, and this has to be looked at by all those that are wishing to form government. The number two thing is that there is need to do an audit and an evaluation of all embassies across the world to assess their contribution towards meeting country mission goals and the ability for them to bring foreign direct investment in the country. The last emphasis is that currently there is more emphasis on in economic diplomacy, and to achieve this there has to be serious evaluation on what strategies are these political parties that are wishing to form government to achieve this. For instance, the country has been a member of COMESA and SADC, and the country has been paying huge subscription fees annually, but they have not been able. But the contributions in terms of foreign direct investments that have come from COMESA and the COMESA and SADC are very minimal.
The Board of Commissioners of the Competition and Consumer Protection Commission (CCPC) has imposed a 0.5% annual turnover fine for the year 2020 on G Family Store, a company dealing in the sale of home accessories, for engaging in unfair trading practices. CCPC Senior Public Relations Officer Namukolo Kasumpa says investigations conducted by the Commission revealed that G Family Store reduced a 24-month warranty manufacturer's period of superior cookers to 3 months, conduct in contravention of the Competition and Consumer Protection Act, CCPA number 24 of 2010. She says the Board of Commissioners determined that the conduct exhibited by G Family Store was unfair and it made a false or misleading representation of the superior cooker's warranty, contrary to Section 47B(5) of the Act.
The Board of Commissioners of the Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has imposed a 0.5% annual turnover fine for the year 2020 on G Family Store, a company dealing in the sale of home accessories, for engaging in unfair trading practices. Investigations conducted by the Commission revealed that G Family Store reduced a 24-month warranty manufacturer's period of superior cookers to 3 months, conduct in contravention of the Competition and Consumer Protection Act. The Board of Commissioners determined that the conduct exhibited by G Family Store was unfair, as it made a false or misleading representation of the superior cooker's warranty, contrary to Section 47B of the Act. Therefore, the Board has ordered G Family Store to give past and future purchases of superior cookers a 24-month warranty from the date of purchase, in line with the...
And we now turn to foreign news this afternoon. Former President of South Africa, Jacob Zuma's corruption trial resumes in the Maritzburg High Court today. Zuma has yet to have the charges put to him following his legal team's application for the rescue of State Prosecutor Billy Downer. He remains unclear whether the state has finalized the response or whether arguments will be heard today and another early adjournment is likely. For more on this story, we monitored ENCA News.
You back now to the Pietermaritzburg High Court. Our team, Siphamandla Goge, Tula Sizwe Simalani, and also Desmond Tafi is there. Here's Siphamandla with someone arriving at court.
What do you make of these reports that the leaders of the NC, Tony Yengeni, as well as Esma Khashule, and others must be disciplined for their utterances here?
Oh, what wrong did they do?
Sorry?
What wrong did they do here?
For those serious allegations about bags of money from the Guptas. We asked him about it.
Talking about the support for the former president, but now we're hearing from the ANC that...
So he, as part of family members, we also expect that her twin brother Tutuzane will be here. Be careful, Joko Mane, don't trip over there. Brother, let's turn around and go that direction.
That foreign item brings us to the end of today's edition of the afternoon bulletin. But before we go, we take a quick recap of stories that made headlines. Zambia Palm expands crude oil production to meet local demand. CLRI notes the impact Zambia missions abroad and foreign direct investments. Political parties urge to prioritize citizens' health ahead of August polls. Former South African President Jacob Zuma corruption trial commences today. Well, that ends this afternoon's bulletin. On behalf of my director, Geneva Zulu, and indeed the entire newsroom team, I'm Tapelo Joe Smarter. Stay tuned. Up next is the Lunchtime Chat Show.